Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com, and in this video I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the Ahsoka finale and just the sort of series as a whole. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. So this morning we got the finale of Ahsoka, and my initial thoughts are I really enjoyed it. I've actually really enjoyed this series. I think it's been really well made. It felt much more connected. We didn't have the whole kind of like mini quest that we've seen like with Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. It seems a bit more of a consistent story, and I enjoyed that there. Some of the episodes obviously focused on different ones. The finale itself I thought worked really well. We had lots of action in there. You had obviously with Ezra building his lightsaber, and then you kind of had all of them fighting. Sabine as well, a massive great big thing with her kind of now being able to control the Force, so she was able to kind of pull a lightsaber in when she needed it and do it. Though I do have a problem with that, because not only did she then went on to the stage where Ezra's about to, they're trying to leap onto the Star Destroyer thing, and she's like, oh, I'll move you up. It's like, you've only literally just moved it because you were life and death, and now you're literally going to, the guy, it didn't make any sense. I mean, you were a bit like, she's barely tested that this thing that she can do it. She's done it once and then said, oh yeah, just jump off the top of the thing and I'll do it. Just seemed really ridiculous. I did like the fact that she did stay behind and help Ahsoka, because I think that kind of worked well. One of the other things I really enjoyed about this one was how they actually handled Ezra escaping, and rather than him kind of trying to take on Thrawn in the hope, it made sense for him to just kind of sneak off, put the suit on, get out of there. I would have liked when he kind of joined up with Hera that there was being an embrace, a hug or something. It was like, oh, I'm so happy to see you, but stay away. I did like the fact, with Chopper and stuff. So that was a little bit cold in some ways. Other elements to this sort of episode I wasn't too sure on. The use of like the Sith was very limited. The whole idea of them just kind of wandering off. Balin's a little bit harder to do because I don't know what they can do with him in the future, whether they're going to recast him or just like leave him on that planet and just leave it at that. I love the fact as well that we had zombie troopers in there. We've not seen them in live action. That was really creepy and just so undifferent to sort of seen before. Really enjoyed that aspect to it. And just being really, it was just creepy with them just like being shot and just kind of going forward. Though it was a bit weird in how it did it. I like the fact that they basically had to be killed. Not essentially killed, but just basically just chopped up in order to kind of die. Thought that worked really well. The whole idea of Thrawn kind of going to the planet with the sisters to kind of, whatever's going to be brought up, he's obviously going to be bringing in more sisters and stuff. It's all going to get pretty freaky with how this is going to move forward. This essentially is setting up maybe Mandalorian Season 4, Ahsoka Season 2, but then obviously leading up to this big crossover movie, which is going to bring them all together. Probably called like Heir of the Empire or something like that. This one, yeah, it definitely set it up. Obviously Ahsoka and Sabine are stuck back on that planet, but you kind of think, well, they're going to be able to get out of it now. Obviously the New Republic know that they're there, and they can maybe use the wells or something or other. But it kind of makes sense maybe for the next season for them to be trying to get back from there or do something like that, maybe along those lines. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. There were some issues. I think there are some issues in general with the show where maybe a little bit too much reliance on the volume, where sometimes special effects look a little bit funny with it. I think they've got to work on that, and I think they're maybe overusing the volume a little bit. I think it's, again, Andor just looks so much more interesting because of the fact that it's not all on the volume, and I think Star Wars in general needs to kind of get that right, where it's not everything feels too volumey, and that's something that I think they need to definitely be more aware of. Use some real sets and not rely on it so much. But that's a little thing. I thought Thrawn was fantastic in here. Chopper and stuff. There's so much about this series I really enjoyed, and maybe because I am a fan of the animated series that kind of got me into this. I was a bit of a late bloomer to those shows. I only watched them like 5-10 years ago. I was quite late on it. So I didn't grow up on the Clone Wars or anything like that. I grew up on the original trilogy, so it's very different in terms of how that worked. I was overall just really pleased with the show. I definitely feel like it was a massive step up. I would definitely say I've enjoyed Ahsoka more than I would say the last 3 or 4 shows. I definitely enjoyed it more than Kenobi, definitely enjoyed it more than Book of Boba Fett, and even Mandalorian. It's definitely, to me, And I think I probably even enjoyed it more than actually Andor, because that was a little bit slow. I think we're just going to get it just about right. It's kind of weird with Ahsoka, where there's like, you know, you've got a big chunk of fans that are loving it and a big chunk of fans that don't seem to like anything to do with it. I really enjoyed it. There was obviously little issues and things that they could maybe change and stuff. But overall, I think this has been the best series that we've seen on Disney Plus in terms of Star Wars for a long time. Hopefully we get confirmation of a second season. I mean, this happened yesterday with Only Murders in the Building. They must be setting up season 4. And like after I posted the video, there it is. There's the announcement. So we might get something today. But I mean, no doubt about it. We're going to be seeing some more of Ahsoka. More of this coming in. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was really, really enjoyable. But let us know what you thought of Ahsoka. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you not? What didn't you like? What did you like? Love to hear your thoughts on all this in the comments below. And I shall see you guys soon. Laters.